Good morning and a very warm welcome to our Excellence Assembly on Wednesday the 22nd of July 2020. It's our final celebration of the year, and this very assembly we'll be looking to celebrate the learners of the year awards with the children. Each class teacher has been thinking very carefully about who has shone throughout the year, and we're delighted today to celebrate those children and to share with you their experiences. It's been very tough to select just a couple of children from each class, but the teacher's done a sterling job. Starting with our youngest children in the school and thinking about them as they start their learning journey, our first award of the year goes to Maya. Now, Maya, throughout this year, your caring nature has really shone through, making you a wonderful friend to everyone in the class. You always try your hardest and have excelled in your maths and your phonics this year. You are always willing to help others, and you make sure that your friends are included and happy at every possible opportunity. Keep up the tremendous work, as we've loved watching you thrive. We are so proud of you and know that you will flourish even further as you move into year one and become an owl. Maya, a huge well done to you from your team of Mrs. Osborne, Miss Finn, Mrs. Grace, Miss Hugan, and I'm sure Miss Young will be thinking about you as well. Our second award of the year goes to Aggie. Aggie, you have developed throughout the year like a star, and you've shone brighter and brighter with each passing week. Your personality has also shone through, showing glimpses of your delightful humour, making you popular with your peers and friends in the classroom. Your story writing has been a delight to read, and you've developed through your determination in tackling the more difficult maths concepts in year one. We are very proud of your achievements and can't wait to see what comes next. Aggie, Mrs. Grace, Miss Osborne, Miss Finn and Miss Hugan are very, very proud of you, so well done and keep it up as you move on to our class next year. Speaking of owls, Miss Hughes and Mrs. Taylor have had a very, very tough job because so many children have been working exceptionally hard throughout lockdown and at the start of the year. But our first award of the year in our class is given to Harrison. Harrison, you are one of our learners of the year in our class. Your learning has been consistently impressive throughout the year, Harrison. Your confidence in your presentation is absolutely shining through. We're incredibly proud of you and the way you've adapted to your home learning so easily. The results of your home learning are inspiring, and your team enjoy waiting to see what you upload to DB Primary next. You really are a credit and a model child in the school, and we thank you for that. We feel so lucky to have had you as part of our team this year, and we've all loved watching you grow and grow and grow. We can't wait to see how you flourish in year three. A huge well done to you, Harrison, from Miss Hughes and Mrs. Taylor. Here are just a few of the incredible things that Harrison has been sharing on his DB blog over the past few weeks. We look forward to seeing you back in September, Harrison, and I know Mr. Cook is already excited about seeing what you can show him and how you can excel next year. Our second award of the year in our class goes to Indy Ray. Indy Ray, your team say they are so proud of this young individual who constantly strives to achieve greater and greater things, not only in your schoolwork but in each aspect of your lessons, but also in your extracurricular activities as well. Your kindness and thoughtfulness show through in your artwork, which was taking place on inclusion. This shows you for the valued member of the team which you've become, helping others wherever possible and making sure that everyone is always included. Your eagerness to learn has always shone through, and you always give 100%. It's been wonderful to watch you grow over the past year, Indy Ray. We've thoroughly enjoyed having you in the classroom, and we look forward to seeing you blossom around the school. Your sense of humour in class will surely be missed, but we know you'll be making people smile as you move in to be a dear next year with Mr. Cook. Miss Hughes and Mrs. Taylor are very, very proud of you, Indy Ray, so well done. That well done comes from every member of the school team. And here you can see alongside that beautiful cheeky smile some of the examples of Indy Ray's home learning activities this year and some of the things she's contributed towards the school. Well done to you and keep up the hard work. Now moving on to Dear Class, as the children in year 2 will do next year. Our first award for Learner of the Year goes to Joshua. Joshua, you are an exemplary member of Dear Class, and every class you have been part of has really enjoyed having you. Your passion and enthusiasm for learning cannot ever be faltered. You arrive at school every day ready to learn with a big smile on your face, and you approach everything with great maturity. Your hard work and dedication has allowed you to make good progress in all subject areas this year. While learning at home, you've continued to challenge yourself, working to a higher and higher standard and producing beautiful, wider learning work. Thank you, Joshua, for everything you have done for Dear Class this year. And that comes from Miss Bennett and Miss Simpson. Alongside the lovely photos of Joshua in his home learning, you can also see a beautiful piece of writing in the middle of the screen. I very strongly recommend you pause the video now and take a few moments to read through that and maybe steal a few ideas for yourself for next year. Well done, Joshua, and keep it up as you become an otter next year. Our second award for Learner of the Year in Dear Class goes to Albert for your hard work this year, Albert. You participate in every lesson, listening carefully, and you ask questions to improve your understanding. Even when you find something tricky, you have shown great determination and your positive attitude has never faltered. This is also extended into your home learning, where you've completed all of your daily tasks, so a huge well done for you, Albert. That is a genuine, heartfelt thanks. You come to school every day with a smile and show nothing but kindness to everyone you come across. You are a true role model to your peers. A big well done to you, Albert. And here's some lovely examples of Albert's learning while he's been at home. Very pleased to see the presentation and how hard you've been working on that, Albert. We look forward to welcoming you back as an otter in September. The awards for Otter Class this year were fiercely contested. I know Mrs Green, Mrs Moss and Miss Mexter had a long time talking about who to award to. But they settled for the first Learner of the Year being Rudy. Rudy, since joining Bethersden Primary School, you have been an absolute model pupil. You always put 100% into everything that you do, and this has not waned during the lockdown period. You produce your learning with meticulous care, whatever subject you are set. You work well with every single member of the class and always listen to the constructive advice that you've been given and put it into place with your next piece of learning. Recently, you've been working hard on your handwriting, and your hard work has really paid off, as we've all noticed a big improvement in your presentation. You are kind, caring and a sensitive member of the class who is always there for each and every one of your friends. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you in Otter Class, and Mrs Green, Mrs Moss and Miss Simpson wish you all the best as you transition into a badger. Rudy, we look forward to seeing a lot more of that smiley face next year as you become a member of our badger class, and we hope you have a wonderful summer holiday. Our second award of the year is for Isabella, who has been an absolute pleasure to have in Otter Class. You have a real love and a talent for reading and writing, and your team look forward to seeing you again very shortly. They love to look over your shoulder and find you immersed in a story. Your written pieces are an absolute pleasure to read, and you have a wonderful way of crafting your words into beautiful images in our minds. As well as all this, you work hard in every single lesson with every single task that you are set. And when a tricky challenge comes your way, you warmly embrace it. You're happy to work with all the members of the Otter Class and are first to lend a hand when people are finding things a challenge. Your love of learning has continued to blossom throughout lockdown, and we know that you will succeed in anything and everything that you choose to turn your hand to. That comes with a big smile from Mrs Green, Mrs Moss and Miss Mexter. Isabella, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you in Otter Class this year, and we look forward to seeing you next year in Badger Class with that great smile of yours. Now, Foxcroft Class this year has been welcomed back early to school, and it's been great to see the children settling in really quickly to their learning. This year's Learner of the Year was joined together by Mr Clark and Mrs Solomon, who all agreed that Caitlin, there hasn't been a day when you haven't come into school determined to do your very best. Your attitude towards your learning is absolutely faultless. It's been such a pleasure to see you become absorbed in the task at hand, soaking up the learning at every possible opportunity. You always strive to challenge yourself, and you have never leave your efforts to the minimum. You're an independent spirit, and you're brave enough to voice your original thoughts and share those with the class. Never lose your independence, your courage, your resilience and your eagerness to learn, Caitlin. And that comes from Mrs Solomon. Here's an example of Caitlin helping the rest of the class when taking part in a science investigation earlier in the year. Now we move on to our Year 6, and what a fantastic group of children they are. But there is just one Learner of the Year that stood out above everybody else. And Mr Clark, Mrs Smith and Mrs Green all agreed that the award should go to you, Kieran. because since the very start of your time in Year 6, you've made a concentrated effort to achieve your best and to strive for continual improvement every single day. To your great credit, you've been successful, but only through the sustained hard work, thoughtful response to feedback from your teachers and your sheer determination. You've also managed this while coping with your diabetes and the extra threat to you from the pandemic. Throughout the school closure, you've engaged in your studies, while many in your situation may have simply given up. A huge well done to you, Kieran. Your teachers and every single member of this school are incredibly proud of you. And that comes from Mr. Clark and Mrs. Smith. Earlier in the year, our Year 6 children took part in Tiger Troops, and Kieran was also rewarded for his hard work and dedication to improvement in there. And here you can see Kieran receiving his certificate from one of our friends at Tiger Troops. Now it is our last assembly of the year, and under normal circumstances we'll be spending the whole day celebrating and rewarding our Year 6 children, who have been simply stunning over the past few weeks. Here you can see an image from the end of their recent production, There Are No Germs on Us, which you can enjoy by looking at the video on YouTube. It was so lovely to see every single member of Year 6 represented either physically or with a little cardboard cutout. You have been an absolutely delightful Year 6 class to have. You have made us all incredibly proud. You have coped in difficult situations so very well, and we wish each and every single one of you all the very best as you move on to your secondary school. One thing we do promise is you will never be forgotten, and we look forward to welcoming you back as soon as we're allowed to do so and it's safe to do so, to give you the proper send-off that you so rightly deserve. On behalf of everybody at Betherston Primary School, all the very best in your future, and we look forward to welcoming you back for a celebration that you thoroughly deserve. Now, just before we come to the end of the video, just a reminder that we have sent home some information already about the routines for September when your reports came out last week. We'd ask that you please make sure you read them and make sure you understand the routines for the drop-off and collection in September. We do need to stick to these times for everyone's safety and for the well-being of everybody around the school, so please support us by following the rules and routines as carefully as they've been intended. If you do have any concerns, please do contact us on the following email address: families@betherston.kent.sch.uk, and we'll be quite happy to discuss any concerns you may have about the arrangements. Over the coming weeks, we will be posting a video onto our YouTube channel, which is where you're watching us today, which will give you a tour of the school and also to give you further information about the reopening. We'd encourage you to watch it and also to share it with the children and the family members who may do drop-off and collection for you. It will answer lots and lots of questions, and it will also be a great way to introduce you back to the school and to let you see how we have planned to keep things safe and as safe as possible in September. We do apologise, but there will be some more parent mails coming out which will give you further information, so please do keep checking back. We will try not to bombard you with lots of things that are not relevant, and we'll try to keep them short and to the point wherever possible. Parent mail will be our first choice of communication over the coming weeks as we look forward to welcoming you back. So please do check your phone. If you see parent mail ping up, please don't just swipe past it. Please do open that up and have a look at what we need to share with you. Now, over the coming break, there will be further information shared, and we've got several ways we will be doing that. First and foremost, the most important information will be sent to you by parent mail to make sure it reaches your inbox as quickly as possible. We'll also post all the information to our website, which is www.betherston.kent.sch.uk. On there you can find all the information with regards to September opening, our uniform policy and statement, and links to where you can purchase school uniform. Please remember that will become compulsory again in September, and whilst we've relaxed the rules recently to help the children in school, we do need to get back into normal school life just as quickly as possible, which includes attendance and uniform. Our school Twitter feed will be updated regularly with extra bits of information just to make sure you don't miss out, and that's at BetherstonSCH. Our YouTube channel will contain some videos that will be helpful in the coming weeks as well as we settle back into school. Over the summer holidays, our school office will be closed, however the answer phone will be on and the machine will be checked when members of staff visit the school. We'd encourage you to use our dedicated email addresses for you at this time to make sure we get the answers as quickly as possible. The first one to use would be families@betherston.kent.sch.uk. That will be checked regularly throughout the holiday, and we do promise to come back to you with a response as quickly as possible. If you have any concerns or any worries for our families, please use the dedicated safeguarding email address, which is safeguarding@betherston.kent.sch.uk. Again, that will be checked regularly throughout the holidays, but if you do have an emergency, we'd encourage you to dial 999 where a child or a member of the family might be in danger. Finally, on this last day of a very, very strange school year, all that remains to do is to wish you a very safe and a happy holiday on behalf of all the members of staff in the school, all the governors and our supporters, and to each and every one of you, we look forward to welcoming you back on the 2nd of September for the start of what will hopefully be much more of a normal school year for Betherston Primary School, where we continue to dedicate ourselves to excellence. Have a great summer, and we look forward to welcoming you back very soon. Bye bye for now.